Welcome to Outlander Media Network. We're in the Exit Inn in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm Kirby Lee Bailey, and I'm with the legendary DJ Clay. Welcome aboard. You played Exit Inn before?
Actually, I have. Before we pulled up today, I thought I never played here. But as soon as we pulled up, I instantly remembered we did a Big Ballers here with ICP.
Big Ballers did the show here?
About 6 years ago, give or take.
I don't even remember that show here. I'd have been here if I'd known that show was here.
Yeah, it was here. We did it. It was a fun show. We had JCWs and everything like that. It was packed.
Oh, man, I couldn't believe it. How did I miss that show?
I don't know. That's an answer for you.
Like I said, I've always been a huge fan of Insane Clown Posse. To me, I always called it the big three when I first got into these bands was Psychopathic, Suburban Noise, and Strange Music.
Okay.
And like I said, I remember one time coming up here, seeing them in concert. I was there for the Wicked Wonka tour.
Shit, that was a grip ago, yeah.
Yeah, that was in the...
That was before my record deal days, too.
Oh, yeah, it was at the Municipal Auditorium here.
2000 or something like that? 99?
God. I'm trying to remember. I was on my third wife back then, so...
Dang, third wife? Shit. I'm not on my first wife.
You the smartest man in this
room.
room.
I got you beat, I guess.
Yeah, it was like a 10,000 seat arena, and it was the Cottonmouth Kings, Insane Clown Posse, and Tech Nine. Tech Nine had just started Strange Music.
Yep.
That's been years ago.
That's when I first heard Tech Nine. That tour.
I had never heard of him, and he happened to. I was managing this bar in the Rivergate area back then, and him and his crew came in that bar.
Get comfortable on his big ass fuck. My bad. Damn, let me get right. Alright.
But I remember when you came on board, it was a show, and it was the Fuck the Fuck Off show.
Oh shit, 06.
That's been years ago.
That was the first one for me.
And it was you guys with Blaze, Axe Murder Boys, and the Sub Noise Soldiers.
Soldiers, yeah. Who later ended up being transformed to Chucky Chuck, Cottonmouth Kings now. Dirtball was Cottonmouth Kings as well.
Mm-hmm. And both of them had been
Big D when I was sober as well.
Yeah, both.
All the homies still like that. We met up with Chucky in LA on this tour, and me and him were just reminiscing on that 06 tour.
Yeah, we always talk about it. We interviewed Chucky last year when Cottonmouth Kings were in Knoxville, Tennessee, and he was trying to figure out where I live because he ran into me in Denver and he ran into me in Louisville, Kentucky. He's like, "Where do you live?"
Trying to find your house.
Yeah. And then we did the Dirt Ball was in Louisville last year.
Oh, really?
We did him in Louisville somewhere. And this little real interesting area. I don't highly recommend.
Thinking about that shit's always nostalgic because my first tour, there's a lot of memories that I have. As far as like just my first memories of touring. Period. It's my first time. So it's like I remember every detail of that tour. Because again, it's my first time. So. Like every time I think of that, like a lot of nostalgia. Like at certain places that we went on that tour, even like days off or after shows or whatever, like in LA, going to like the Rainbow Room and meeting Beat Real and Judd Nelson and all these people. Like what the fuck? Like just going to LA for the first time, period, in my life, in my career was crazy. It was fun.
Well, the place I saw you at doesn't even exist. No, well, it exists, but it doesn't.
Where was it?
The Masquerade in Atlanta.
Oh shit! Yeah, what happened to that place? That place used to be a staple.
Well, they got it's a new Masquerade over in the downtown area.
The original one was fresh though.
The original, man.
I was stairs going up to the dressing room. You didn't know if you were gonna die. I get cut, and need a tetanus shot because rust just stabbed you. A rusty fucking spike or something, But the venue was dope.
Yeah, I love the dope.
It had 3 levels, right?
Yeah, it had heaven, hell.
Heaven, purgatory, and hell. Yeah.
And I remember the heaven one was going up them stairs. I was like, I would have came through this damn thing.
Yeah, that was the main one we played.
Yeah.
I only played the very basement, which is hell. I think it's called. Not too long ago. It wasn't a shit. It was a grip ago now. Probably at least over 5 years ago, definitely. How long has it been out of business?
Well, it's in a new location now.
Should I say?
I can't remember when it went out. It was I did a few more shows out there because I just love the venue. And then when they moved it to the other one, it's downtown. And gee, I don't care for the new downtown. When we were with a band called the Kings of Thrash, a former.
And it's still called the Masquerade.
Yes,
I haven't been back.
But it's a different.
Maybe I have.
It's like in a little it's like there's a parking
garage. It's like a
garage.
little downtown ass area. I have been there since. Holy shit, yeah, I have been.
It's like in a parking garage.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, it's very weird. It's like in a mall type area. We were there. I was there with Shaggy Tudo on his short solo tour. It was called. When ICP went 2 different ways. Like Violent J started north, went south. Or no, he started south, came north. We started north, went south. We hit all the same venues, but opposite. So Violent J had a solo tour. Shaggy had a solo tour. It was called Insane Clown Posse short solo tour. It was called because it was a short run up and down the map, like to Florida and back.
Yeah, I remember it was like 3 nights with Shaggy, then there was 3 nights with Violent J.
Yeah. Well, it seemed like that, especially if you were in the middle area here, it seemed like that because we were going right past each other, like that's how the routing was on it. But we played there for Shaggy's show there. That's when I have played at the New Masquerade. It's like a little mall area. Yeah, it was actually cool. It's a dope venue. I think the venue's sweet. It's like, not as dope as the original.
Man, I love the original.
But let's just say it was a whole other venue. It's a cool venue.
Yeah, I remember me and Ritz were talking about it one time, and we were talking about how we missed those stairs up there.
Yeah, that's what the same stairs I'm talking about.
Because I remember when you toured with Ritz, y'all were with Ritz, and I saw y'all in Chattanooga, and that was the time when they threw that cat at Ritz, almost hit him in the head.
Oh shit, okay. I remember that part.
I remember that show. That was because that was the first time I ever did a VIP with ICP.
Okay.
That's
meet and greet.
Yeah, with that, and did the Fago Armageddon thing.
Yeah.
I've always told people you got to do it at least once in life.
Yeah, everybody in the world should do that shit at least once. Experience,
I mean, you got to sign the waivers, everything. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, we're not responsible for the way a Fago flies. Such direction.
And like I said, we're going to be doing our first gathering this year. I've never done a gathering. I don't know how.
Really?
Never have. And Violent J told me when I talked to him at Days of Dead in Atlanta, and he said, you need to do one because it's life changing.
It is. A lot of people, motherfuckers get married there. Motherfuckers get in fights there. Do drugs for the first time. Speculation.
Speculation.
Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, whatever. Fuck their first bitch there. Or their 30th bitch, I don't know. But that shit happens there. It's like, so shit can be life changing. Like, I've seen people straight up make homies there that they're lifelong homies with now and all that stuff. It couldn't be. So, he's not wrong about that.
Yeah, we were going to go last year, but we did Blue Ridge.
Okay.
I don't know.
Can't compare it.
Oh, it better not be like that Blue Ridge last year.
Wait, Blue Ridge. Okay, that was Blue Ridge. Yeah.
The Rock Festival.
Yeah.
It better not be like that.
I was thinking of whatever one that got canceled because of the weather.
That was it.
That was it. Oh, so can't compare. That one didn't even happen. I mean, it happened, but not.
Well, we were going. We'd seen ICP the year before at Blue Ridge,
right.
And everything went off no problem. Then the next year was last year's disaster year.
Yeah.
And.
Yeah, I remember when that was going on, I'd be like, oh shit, I'm gonna check the flights.
Yeah, well, I saw a picture, Ouija Mac was already down there, stuck in the tour bus, in the mud. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a classic one. So, have you got any mixtapes coming on? I mean, I own all 7 of yours from...
So yeah, I do, and it's a major one. It's probably one of the most important records I've done in a long time, because it's Let 'Em Bleed 5. And a lot of people don't know that yet, but I'm telling you guys now, but I've told only a few people that, only a couple media outlets that, but everybody's mad familiar with Let 'Em Bleed series.
All 4 of them.
Those were the most major ones of my earlier career. And originally, I never intended on stopping those. You know what I'm saying? How I stopped at 4, it wasn't originally intended like that. The record label was just a suggestion, breath of fresh air, so changed the series and stuff to Book of the Wicked. But I never originally intended on switching the name Let 'Em Bleed. I was going to make Let 'Em Bleed, we'd have been on number 100 right now, or whatever number. But no, so now it's time to continue it, because why not? I've always wanted to do it, and I personally had a lot of fun making those records, and the people that I brought in, and I met, friendships that I made and stuff, so it's time to bring that back, So Let 'Em Bleed 5 is what I'm starting on as soon as I get home from this tour. I only got 2 shows left, tonight and tomorrow. And then when I get home, locking the doors on the studio, locking myself in, going crazy on it. looking at a hopefully an early, don't quote me on this, but looking at a hopefully early release next year.
Yeah, like I said, I got all 4 Let It Bleeds, both Book of the Wickeds and Upside Down. I believe was the 7th one.
That was one of my favorites too. What Upside Down? None against the other ones I did. I love them all, but just still have favorites.
I think I like 3. Let It Bleed 3 was my favorite.
Yeah, that part 3 was it was big. 2 and 3 were huge, like in my career. They were charting Billboard and all that shit, and like it's making a lot of noise and getting a lot of my fans from that, you know. So
it's amazing how, you know, things have changed when it comes to charting the albums. Like, you know, whenever I had to buy the CDs, and now people stream it for free.
I always tell people how I'm lucky to be the age that I am, I guess, or born when I was born, or put in the game when I was put in the game, because I was able to get the best of both worlds. You know, I had shelf space, I sold physical CDs, and then the digital pivot happened, and I was able to catch on to that still because I was young enough when that happened, you know. There's a lot of cats in the game that couldn't grasp that digital pivot, you know, so, but I was young when I got signed to the game, so.
Well, like I said, and y'all had Hatchet House, so y'all had the subsidiary attached to Psychopathic back then. So you had some artists on Hatchet House, some artists on Psychopathic.
Yeah.
And, you know, and the way I look at it with Psychopathic, and from my perspective, because when I first got following Insane Clown Posse, the Psychopathic thing, I started at Jekyll Brothers is where I started. You know, I saw them guys on the WWF, WWE, whatever
that's
it was
called. What it was, WWF.
And that's how I got started. And a lot of these artists today, especially these rap artists that are independent, if it wouldn't be for those 3 labels, Psychopathic, Suburban Noise, and Strange Music, a lot of, you know, I never would have found out about all these other artists. You know, they went off to this label, that label, this label, and like I said, I'm looking forward to just catching the gathering this year. I've never caught one, and I don't know how that happened.
Hatchet House also, when those records were coming out, it was how my stuff was released was you seen a Hatchet Man and the Hatchet House logo on it because it was put out by both. The Hatchet House was the sub label, but Hatchet House was always intended to be the label that basically was not face painted. You know what I'm saying? Marketed different. You know what I'm saying? Because if you notice anybody that was on there,
right,
nobody had face paint on. You know, Psychopathic had everybody. You know, everybody else on it.
I didn't even think about it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even thought about that. I just, like I said, I always saw the pre-order, click, here we go. and like I said, I usually bought from every artist that was released on Psychopathic and Hatchet House because, like I said, I was a huge fan, and like I said, I couldn't tell you how many concerts I've been to. I lost track how many times I've seen ICP. Like I said, I remember, like I said, the Fuck the Fuck Off tour when y'all were there with the 2 fingers up there flipping everybody off. That cool little gig. So when you do the studio, after the studio, you'll play the Gathering, and then are y'all gonna have another? Is ICP gonna have a big tour down the road, or?
Well, yeah, that's always been planned. Another ICP tour, the farewell tour that they talked about. When, I don't know, you know exactly when. I don't have the details, but yeah, that's always already been talked about, you know. And but yeah, studio is what's up next, you know, as far as like straight rest of this year in studio, or less, however long it takes to make a record.
So whenever
Perfect.
ICP finishes, what will your plans be next after that? Producing or?
Oh shit, still just continuing the solo career as like, you know, producer, DJ, you know, rapper, like all that, you know, everything that I do that you've heard on the mixtapes, it's like, just continuing that, you know. I'm still way too young and early in the game for my retirement, you know, still too, you know, which is, you know, which is great for them, they've earned it, you know what I'm saying, they've earned that shit, like, 10 times over, you know. But yeah, no, for me, it's like, so I've been doing a lot of EDM, a lot, like within like the last 6-7 years at least, maybe even 10 years now, maybe, you know, and so I'm getting into that festival circuit, you know, I'm gonna go crazy with that shit because one thing that the circuits have never had is an underground cat like myself in there.
Yeah.
To bring this world over there too, you know.
Pretty awesome.
It'd be pretty cool to like see some juggalo shit at fucking Coachella or something. Just you know.
Be something different, you know. Like I said, you go to Well, like I said, most of the Juggalo shows I've been to, people are so much more freelier. They're not as.
My whole set right now consists of just some of the hypest EDM shit that I've mashed up or made or some shit like that, and and everybody receives it well. They fucking go crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody wows out in the crowd. So that's the response I get from our fans, you know, and it's like, yeah, let's go bigger with that. Because I love the shit, you know, I love having fun. Like, not per se, I don't love all EDM, but I do trap EDM, so that shit that just knocks, you know?
So you just leave right from your set right to the Shaggy 2 Dope set. Is that how you do it?
On this tour, it goes directly into it. Like, it goes from my set. No gap in between, straight into it. It's a straight action, you know, like, just keep it hype the whole fucking time.
Your paycheck.
Stage, and then, you know, all the way to the time he leaves stage.
That's cool right there. Your paycheck.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Well, you say you never been married before. When you get married?
Never. I mean, never say never, but, you know, it just never been that time for me. Never had that one, you know. I stay busy, so it's hard. Even the relationships that I've had don't work out. And it's not because I'm some fucking asshole or something, it's because you just don't, you know. Like, females that have been in my life always assume I'm doing some wild shit on tour, but I'm sure that's a lot of people, they go through that on tour, you know. But, you know, whatever, trust is everything. If you don't trust me, whatever, fuck you, you know.
That's why she keeps a good leash on me. The camera person keeps a good leash on me.
Yeah.
She trusts me better than she used to, don't you?
Yep.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. Let you get on out of here. We appreciate you taking time to spend time with us. And like I said, we are fans. Like I say, you're going to burn it up tonight. I know you will.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. I appreciate it.
And come on out tonight to the exit in. Catch DJ Clay, Shaggy 2 Dope, Ethan Son, the Convalescent, and 810.
Can you 810, yeah.
And we're going to have a good night tonight. Peace out, y'all.